Hi guys, welcome back. Let's do something fun this time. I know you've seen lots of videos of me pinning, but this is going to be a little bit different this time. I wanted to create a video where you get to see an unedited version of how long it takes me to pin 3 butterflies on a single spreading board without any enhancements. So there's a real time. It's not sped up. This is actually the speed at which I pin these specimens. I wanted to show you guys how long it takes and to give you a frame of reference how long it has taken me to get to this level where I can spread these specimens at this speed. The total video is approximately just under 9 minutes. That means that for the 3 butterflies that I'm spreading, which are all the same, the Morpho, Retina, or Helena, I'm putting in approximately 3 minutes per specimen to get the whole board done in under 9 minutes. And some of you might think that that's a little bit fast. Let me give you some numbers as a frame of reference. When I first started out pinning, which I did at the age of 6, it was taking me approximately 20 to 30 minutes to spread the specimen, and I had lots of mistakes. And through the years of trial and error, it took a little bit less time each and every time I practiced, and it got to a point where I could do a good job of mounting a specimen by the time I was 10 years of age. So from the age of 6 until 20, I have approximately spread about 15,000 specimens over the course of 14 years. And then from the age of 20 until 25, another 10,000 specimens, which took about 5 years to spread that many. And so I was accumulating my collection and starting to create art pieces and starting to sell pieces of it off. And that's why you would see a rapid increase in my pinning frequency, because I was just getting much better at it and I was enjoying it more and I had more time to dedicate to it. And then when I turned this into a full-fledged business by the time I was 25 years old, in the next 4 years, from 24 until 29 years old, I had personally spread about 120,000 specimens with my hands. That is a lot. And that was where I experienced some significant burnout because I was working about 120 hours a week and sleeping at my place of work just to get this inventory and the art pieces ready so that I could stock my retail locations that I had at that time. It was not a sustainable system. I ended up stopping that business by the time I was 29, and I had to take a break because it was just too much. And I took a break for about 3 years. And then I resumed the business because this was my life passion. It's the thing I love doing most, is collecting and mounting and curating my collection. And then I resumed making huge, large murals and art pieces with butterflies when I was 33 years old. And for the next 8 years, I actually pinned 40,000 specimens, which was doing it at a rate that I felt was sustainable, manageable. I wasn't experiencing any burnout, and it was great. And then from the age of 41 until 51, I have increased my production just slightly. I have mounted approximately 60,000 specimens in the last 10 years. So in total, when we want to look at the totality of how many butterflies approximately that I have pinned in my lifetime, over the last 45 years, with a 3-year break, I have approximately pinned 245,000 butterflies. Now that's not including moths and other insects and critters. This is just pure butterflies. So when I do a calculation of an approximation of how many hours I've put into mastering my craft to be able to pin these specimens the way that I am, I'm looking at around 12,250 hours over the course of 45 years that I've put into just pinning butterflies. That's a lot of time. And it's all of that time and experience of doing this that I can spread these absolute valuable butterflies, these beautiful gems, in such a rapid manner without breaking them and still retaining their perfect condition. And even by the end of this, you'll see the quality of my work, that they just look completely presentable. So the video on the right is the unedited version that you see running straight. There are no stops, there's no enhancements. What you see that's happening on the left side of the screen is where I have overlaid the first video and then I zoom in so that those of you that want to see how I can specifically move certain segments and aspects of the body and the wings and adjust it, you can have a look at that there, so you can see how the video matches, so that I'm actually doing what I'm saying I'm doing within that 9-minute period. So what you are experiencing here is just a tiny sliver of what my daily life looks like when I have to pin the specimens. Now obviously there are days where I'm not pinning because I have to allow for drying time. I've used up all my space for allowing the specimens to dehydrate. And then there's of course the time it takes to rehydrate the specimens. So it's not the case that I'm pinning butterflies each and every day. I'll sit down for as long as I can until my back and neck give out, and I'll try and pin as much as I can with regular breaks, because this does take a toll on the body. It's not easy to be hunched over and looking like this for long periods of time. And I'm very proud to be able to say that in spite of all of the challenges of having 3 major car accident events in my life, I still have been able to manage to be able to do this work after lots of rehab. I wasn't able to ever achieve my peak period when I was pinning, when I did the 120,000 butterflies in the 4-year stretch from the age of 25 to 29. I could never get back to those days of production where I'm able to pin anywhere from 100 to 150 butterflies in a day. That's no longer possible. But I can do about 20 to 30 in a day without my body failing, which is a reasonable amount. I can actually pace myself and get the job done. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a fun project to do. Here you can see them once they're dried, and you can take a look at the quality of the workmanship. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.